Good morning and welcome back to the farm. Today I'm going to try to replace the underpan on the front of Penelope Cruz. I went and got a big box from LRB Speed, and it has everything I need to replace what was damaged underneath the nose. And let me show you what the nose looked like from a previous episode. When I came underneath and started looking, I noticed something missing. Like this. You shouldn't be able to see here. There's supposed to be a big piece of plastic that goes from here all the way over to here, and somebody has come in here with a Dremel tool and cut it out. I'm not supposed to be, I'm putting my hand through the front lip, and you're not supposed to be able to see my hand. So somebody cut this belly pan a long time ago, and I couldn't believe it. Look at this. It's like somebody went mud bogging with it. That is hard clay road material, and it's packed with it. And when they hit whatever it was here, you notice there's a little stain. This area is dark. There's a reason for that. That's the AC air conditioning condenser coils. And what happened is there's a leak in there somewhere. So this whole coil module is going to have to be replaced. And if I expect to have the air conditioning working again. And I looked for evidence of mud. There's mud there. There's mud further back. I think this thing went into a ditch. Yeah. In fact, I know it went into a ditch. There's even mud packed up into areas like that where it shouldn't be. And you can see that that's gone. So I ordered up replacement parts for all of that. Got that coming. So now you see what I got to deal with. That plastic piece that was down there is just completely torn up and shredded, so I needed to replace it. And out where I live, since we got a lot of gravel roads and dead possums and armadillos on the road, I wanted something that would stand up a little bit better than plastic. So I got this aluminum kit from LRB Speed. Let me go and unpackage this and see what we've got to deal with. Now, most sane people, when they get a kit like this and they've never put it together before, one of the first things they do is they read the instructions. But I'm a technician. Been a technician my entire life. Technicians rarely read instructions, but guess what? I did. I went and ran through this a couple of times while I was sitting in the house with a glass of wine, and they do a pretty darn good job of explaining how it goes together, and it's relatively simple. The only thing that I'm concerned about is there's some pieces that you have to bend over your knee, and I hope I get them bent right. So second thing I'm going to do is I like taking old milk carton or egg cartons. I got a whole bunch of these because we used to raise chickens, and I'm going to take them and take all this hardware that's in this bag, and I'm going to go and separate it all out so it's going to be easy to pick through when it's time to gather the hardware and put it where it needs to go. So let me get that done. Okay, now we got parts laid out on the bench, and I've got my instructions handy to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing instead of what I think I ought to be doing. And step one is they want to attach the radiator deflection flap to the under tray, and this is done with some socket head cap screws and nuts. And that's this little dude, and it's supposed to be in this orientation, kicked up in this direction. So let's see if I can get this done without too much trouble. And they want this done so that the nuts are on the bottom. That'll be fun. Let's just stand it up here. As you might figure out, this is the first time I've done an LRB Speed under tray, so you're discovering right along with me. You want to leave everything loose so that you can wiggle things around later. But that's a start. That's number one. And step two is we're going to be attaching the uprights. They're held to the frame rails with screws and washers and pop rivets. Uh-oh. I'm supposed to put washers on these. Washer on. Step three is taking these little clip nuts and putting them in the various holes that they go in. And here's the side scoop pieces that I've got to bend into place. I'm trying to figure out where they go or how they go. And then go far enough back. That's probably not the right side. This part goes down 90 degrees, that one's 35 degrees, and this is 20 degrees. It says to bend it over your knee. Okay, that's not too bad. Man. Well, it's close to 90 degrees. Maybe I can put it in a vise. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Okay, putting that in the vise helped. Now I've got a 90-degree bend in that piece. And it says the next side needs to go down about 35 degrees. Okay. Yeah. I don't have the hand strength for that, and that's not gonna go over my knee anymore. Wonder how they did that in the shop. You know, they're bound to have a trick. I need to be pulled out a little bit. A little too far. Now what I've done is bent it up using the vise, which helps. It's not an exact science. And I got an old pair of channel locks here with a flat set of jaws in here, and that helped to get the little tabs where they needed to be. Now I'll show you a little bit better on the second one what I did with the vise, just to make it easier. But looks like we've got to go and put a bunch of little tabs on here so that everything will bolt together. Now we're going to attach these sides with the little bolts here. I forgot the washers again. there's that. Now, I need to go bend up the second one. I'll show you how to do that. I did it on a vise. I guess that's cheating, but that's what I ended up doing. Okay, now I'm going to show you how they're supposed to be done, or what I think is supposed to be done with these. Got to take this, bend it over your knee for the first bend. This piece basically needs to be 90 degrees from the rest of it. So we're going to give that a shot. Bend it over my knee, they said. They don't know how bad my knees are. Boy, that hurts. Okay, I got it started. Now that I got it started and going in the right direction, I'm going to cheat and use my old vise. Got to even pressure, nice and slow and easy, because you don't want to crack this stuff. I would say that's pretty close to 90 degrees. That's the first one. The second bend is this little piece needs to fold over at about 30 degrees, which is, by eyeballing it, just a little less than 45. So good Lord. I'll switch over to the other side here, see if I can get these close to the same on both sides. There we go. And this last piece, they say about 20 degrees. That's kind of hard to eyeball, but we'll eyeball it. Switch over to the other side so I can try to make it even. There we go. Now we'll go test fit it and see how it fits. Wow, I'm actually relatively close. I've got to pull it back open a little bit, but that's close, real close. Now I need to take these two tabs and bend them up, right? Yeah, that way. Close to 90 degrees. Be real gentle with this. It doesn't take much force. It's easier to do too little and then come back and fix it with the pliers. There we go. I'm close, but I know I'm not there yet. I'm real close. This one just needs a little tweak with the pliers. The other one is real close as well. Yep, that's gonna fit. Take a little tweaking and pushing and pulling him back and forth, but It's pretty close to where it ought to be. Yeah, that's going to work. Now that I got that bent pretty darn close to where it needs to be, need to go and put the little clip nut things on here. Oh, I did them wrong. Did one wrong. This one's upside down. Like I said, I've never done one of these, and you're discovering it right along with me, so learn from my mistakes. So you don't end up looking like a monkey humping a football on the 50-yard line at the homecoming game. Come on. It does not want to come loose. Of course not. It's little clips gone in there. Here we go. This will fix it. There we go. There we go. Got to remember to put the washers on. There we go. It's assembled. It looks like correctly. Now, let me go and make sure that I put all the washers on all the bolts. It looks like it. Now, what I need to do is this little thing, I'm not going to have to move it because there is no wiggle room on this. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten those nuts down. And there we go. The LRB Speed aluminum under tray is now assembled. And now it can go up underneath the front of the car. And I will have air flowing into the radiator like it's supposed to. I think I'm going to take a break and then we'll set up for crawling around underneath the car. Oh, now comes the fun part. You get to see an old man roll around on the floor. Yay. This will be fun. Yeah. They told me several of these are going to require plastic pop-in inserts. Plastic pop-in nuts. And some of them are going to have use the original hardware. So let's figure out which one goes where. Okay, let's see where those go. This will be an interesting balancing act. Okay, I see where some of those holes go. Yeah, put this in a real convenient place, didn't I? Okay, these little plastic riv nuts, whatever you want to call them, plastic pop rivets. 2 of them got to go in here in the middle. That is, if I can get it in the hole. There we go. There's one in the hole. One in the other hole. And then go ahead and pop those into place just to give me something to work off of. And supposedly up here on the front, that's where the other plastic rivets go. Aha, I see the hole where it's supposed to go. Yeah, getting a camera in here to show this would be kind of a pain in the butt. But I hope you get the idea. Boy, I did not want to go in that hole. See if I can get a little more torque on it in this direction. There we go. I got it started. Boy, you almost need one of those tools to get it to go in. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a tool. Once upon a time, a long time ago, I went and got a whole assortment of different little plastic body tools off of Amazon. These things have been invaluable. They really help. It's almost all the way in. It still isn't going to go all the way. There we go. I got it in there. Now, pop that rivet into place, and it's there. I don't necessarily like the little plastic rivets, but they do work. And they're usually reusable. Unless they're from 2007 and then they like to break into little pieces. And here we go here. Told you you're gonna get to see an old man slide around on the floor a lot. Well, here we go. Get the wiring out of the way. Get this up. And I know there's a hole in there. Here it is. There we go. Now it's in the right hole. Why is it not wanting to go in? Okay, that's in. Now I've got little 10mm bolts to go and fit in these other spots. Okay, well, that part's done. You got 2 bolts to put in the back, and a couple of bolts on each one of these uprights to attach it to the frame rail, and then the plastic rivets. And I think I'm ready to start tightening this stuff down. Now I have here what I call a soft impact tool, because it does not have a lot of torque to it. It doesn't take much to stop it. And this will be good to start getting these things tightened down. And I believe they said in the instructions, do the upright first. Before I go and do the rest of it. I'm going to do the back. Then I'm going to start tightening the rest of this thing. Now that everything's all tightened down, it's there, it's not going anywhere. It's nice and tight, and the front lip will be able to bolt right down to the bottom of this. I went and left these 2 on the front loose because I'm obviously going to have to attach those to the nose. But there we go. That's installed. But wait, there's more. I figured out where I screwed up. I made a mistake. These little things, they don't belong on this piece. They belong on the front nose. The actual urethane piece that is the front of the car. So I've got to take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these little jewels and put them on the bodywork. So here we go. Okay, we got all the hardware loose. Now let's go see what's left when we put the nose back on. Here we go. Now we got the nose set on. Let's see how many of these we can make match up. Oh, there we go. There we go. That one. Now I need a screwdriver here to go and tighten up these last couple right here on the edge. The ones that are out here on the edge aren't 10mm bolts that are like self-tapping screws that go into a plastic thing, so be careful about keeping those straight. We're done. Of course, I got a few bolts and stuff to go and finish putting the nose back on, but the bottom lip is attached, and wow, that's much more firm and stable than it used to be, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm happy. Again, thanks for coming out to the farm and helping me get a couple of things done, and come back and see us.